Hello and welcome back. Day 6 of 30 of your summer savings finance journey. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk emergency fund. When you get your paycheck every month, start allocating a portion of that paycheck to your high yield savings account, which is going to be building up your emergency fund. And this fund is going to be important for whenever something in life happens that you can't control. Maybe your car breaks down, maybe you have to pay out of pocket for medical expenses, or whatever the case is. You want to have a cushion of money that you can pull from that won't bring you further into debt and will take the stress away from an already stressful situation. You want to build your emergency fund starting with 1 month of expenses. This includes rent, food, just day-to-day expenses, everything that you would typically spend in a month. Try to start with saving that. Then, once you do that and you feel confident with the number that you're at, start working towards 3 months of expenses in your emergency fund. A lot of people like to start with 3 months, and then some build it up to 6 months, some build it up even more than that. But at the end of the day, it's up to you how much you want in your emergency fund. As long as you have that 1 to 3 months of expenses, you are doing so well for yourself, and you'll be so happy when the time comes for you to dip into that fund and you won't be going further into debt.
So, we've talked about a lot. Day 1, we talked about identifying your goals and your values, creating that financial plan, that vision board, that calendar. Day 2, we talked about that accountability partner or buddy, posting or putting up that financial plan or financial calendar somewhere where you see it often, on your refrigerator, on your bathroom mirror, in your office, on your computer screen. Day 3, we talked about prioritizing your debt repayment and a savings account. Day 4, we talked about setting specific financial goals, the SMART plan. The SMART plan is a good one. So if you want more information on the SMART plan, go back to day 4 and look at that video. Day 5, how long will it take to get out of debt, and a loan calculator. Day 5, I linked a loan calculator that I use often from CNBC in the description. So go back and look at day 5 to get that loan calculator. Day 6, creating an emergency fund, keeping multiple accounts. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So when we think about creating an emergency fund, and let me read this to you. An emergency fund can be used to set aside money that will help you cover unexpected expenses, such as a car repair, a surprise medical bill, without taking on more debt. Most experts recommend socking away enough to cover 3 to 6 months living expenses, but starting with whatever you can that will help you provide a financial cushion. Now, when we talk about multiple accounts, you should separate your checking from your savings account. Checking accounts typically are used for everyday expenses, to pay your bills. If you see that money, it's likely that you'll spend it, okay? Having a separate savings account, even at another bank, the effort that you'll put into transferring money between checking and savings, if they're both at the same bank, it's easy to spend that money when you're trying to save. But by separating that account, that savings account, from a different bank where your checking account is, out of sight, out of mind, or let's just say you're not banking with the other bank digitally, that will put a burden on you easily having access to those funds. Even if you have more than one savings account, let's say you have just a regular savings account, that you're just putting away a little bit of money every month to make sure that you are saving. But that emergency fund that you have that's in another bank, out of sight, out of mind, is ideally the best situation that you can make sure that you're growing that emergency fund and that you in fact have those funds for when there's an emergency. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you for staying until the end. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.